Robert the Arm Vapor here. Nowadays, how many things hit the industry, the vaping industry, the vaping public, that, really like, whoa, really? Right? Make you pause, make you wonder. And I know for a fact that when, let's say, solicitation to review this particular product, which I'll show you in a second, came around, it was scoffed at by a lot of reviewers going, no way. That should not be on the market. There's no way that can possibly support. That's no. And I looked at it and I go, that is almost, that's brilliant when you kind of think about it. Yeah. I said, and any of you who've been watching me on any of the live shows already know about this and already know what I think about it. What is it? It's the Vclouds Vclouds, pardon me, subego, or as it's really called, is the mini sub-ohm starter kit, and that's what it is, right? That's pretty impressive for something to come that kind of flavor, first of all, and vapor to come out of this form factor. All right, and really, saying sub-ego, it's kind of a misnomer because, and that's what was chapping people's butts. There's no way an ego battery should be used to sub-ohm anything. But it's not. It doesn't have ego threading on it. It's strictly a 510 connection. The battery's been designed to support sub-ohming down to an impressive point 0.2. Yes, this supports 0.2 to 3 ohms. Zero point 0.2 to 3 ohms. Yes. Currently, I have one of their stock zero point 0.5 ohm coils in here with my own wet dream juice in here, and it's vaping quite the thing. No adjusting. 5-click on, 5-click off button here. Goes white when it's firing. When it's red and blinking like crazy, it isn't going to vape. Time to charge it. I believe this battery here is 1100 milliamp hours. They may have, this is a pre-released product right now that I'm looking at. This is pre-release. It's not available out there yet. All right. I believe they're going to have a 950 and maybe a 650 in that neighborhood, that kind of stuff. Micro USB charging on it with a little indicator that goes red, goes off when it's fully charged. And yes, a complete little sub-ohm tank. 510 drip tip. I really should vape it down a bit before I remove that. Okay, let me keep vaping on it. But, so as with any of these tanks, remove the bottom section, replace your coil. This is top fill. Yes, top fill. If you look there, you can see the 2 slits. Top fill. The way I go about it, and it fills rather easily. However, there is a little trick to it in that you tilt it to one of the sides. You take your juice and you slowly let it go. And I say slowly because you don't want juice to cover the top hole as you're filling. Otherwise, it's going to stop filling, all right? And it fills rather quickly, really, so it's not really an issue. I've had no problems filling this. Top fill. Yes. Adjustable airflow at the bottom here. This is a restrictive lung hit. But you can certainly adjust this down you know, to where you have a little squeaker holes for your mouth to lung hitters. All right. Here's the packaging. Here's one packaged. What do you get when it's unpackaged? Well, let me read some of the stuff that's on here. Subego mini sub-ohm starter kit. Okay. Product specifications support sub-ohm. Yes, it does. Mini, portable, very affordable. Well, that's worthy of doing it again. Mini, portable, and very affordable. Airflow control, mini/mega battery with USB charging port. I mentioned 3 different size batteries. Top/bottom filling design, 510 drip tip, and heat-proof design. Heat-proof design. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, I won't say anything's heat-proof. I mean, it'll get warm a little, you know. 100% Japanese organic cotton, smooth vaping, and no leakage. It has not leaked on me. A battery supports 0.2 to 3.0 ohms. Quiet, you little boy. For flavor chaser, cloud chaser. The kit includes the battery, obviously, the tank, a wall charger, USB cable, coils, and a manual, this is a pre-release, doesn't have the manual. Somebody ought to shut up the dog. Shut up the dog. Am I going to have to pause this? Shut the dog up. These little rings here, if you look, see that little blue gasket there? The little seal? You can put in a different color one if you like. That's annoying. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's have a vape. Okay, so at least in my pre-release kit, in there I have a 0.5. They gave me a 0.2 as well, and a 1.8. USB cable. It looks like a European charger to me. Not really a biggie problem for me, obviously, but if you're going to ship to the U.S., you're going to have to supply a different charging wall wart, okay? So that's what makes up the entire kit. If this was here on the market when I first picked up a blue eons ago, which failed, which absolutely miserably within a week failed. Not failed physically, it just didn't do it for me. It failed and helping me quit smoking. If this was that product that I picked up instead, I would have been a non-smoker for, I don't know, 6 to 8 years probably. Easily. This is a very good product. And it's hard, sometimes people lose sight out in the vaping community that is YouTube and Facebook and live shows. Sometimes they lose sight that a lot of people, a lot of vapors out there want this format. They come into a vape shop. I want that pin type. You know, if it's not going to be a Cigalite, okay, I want that pin type. No, I don't want something that big. No, I don't want something this big. No, I don't like it big. No, I like this. I like this, which typically is your ego style, right? Typically is your ego format. But what do you end up with tanks on it are the CE4s and things of that nature, which we all know suck. Just suck, right? But there are lots of people that I've certainly seen, been privy to, that is what they're using because this is the form factor they want the vape on. All right. Now, not only do you have this form factor, but it supports sub-ohming, all right, and gives you the flavor really good flavor. I know my juice, and I'm getting stellar flavor out of this. Yummy. And that kind of vapor, you're not going to get that from a CE4 or any of those dinky friggin' Cleros and shit. You don't get that from those. This will definitely satisfy virtually anybody that is willing, that wants to make the serious transition from going from cigarette smoking and transitioning to vapor, and in using this form factor. Fabulous product. I really hope it hits the market and we can see this everywhere, because this is a perfect starter kit for anybody. Robert the Yarn Vapor. Bye.